Morning team. Okay, so little update for what's going to be happening today. First of all, the video that I shot yesterday, I realised when I uploaded it, I just looked really sad in it. And I genuinely wasn't. I'm not entirely sure what that was about. But you know when you watch a video back and you think, wow, that just looks like I was having a really miserable day when I was actually having a really good day. Now, everything you saw as well in yesterday's video all happened before 8 AM. So I've been out, done my run, and got myself organised and sorted. I went to meet a friend yesterday, just to kind of have a catch up and just to discuss some business and things like that. And I had due to be there from kind of 9:30 to 11:30. That was our plan. But as with all catch ups with friends, the time kind of just drifts away from you. And it was really interesting actually because obviously being somebody who has a vegan diet and a vegan lifestyle, I find it really, really great actually how people, without any prompting, are happy to accommodate, and they like to just find out a little bit more about kind of what you're doing and how it impacts your life and day-to-day changes you might need to make if you are somebody who wants to transition to a vegan diet. Obviously as well, it is more difficult for people who might have families because they have to consider the whole household, and I completely understand that. But on top of that, when people sort of say, wow, you're looking really, really happy and you seem really balanced and calm and you act like you've got your life really in order, that's a good moment of reflection when you start to wonder, well, I've known this person for a long time. It's the first time they've said it to me. And granted, we don't always keep in touch on a day-to-day basis, but when people start to recognise that in you, you have to then wonder, well, why is that? And it's through discussion that you realise that a lot of things, a huge amount of things, have got to do with your lifestyle, your approach to life, your views on yourself, your views on the world, and how you are striving to be the best person you can be. So whilst we're having a breakfast, and I had a fantastic, it was avocado, chili and lime on homemade sourdough bread. It was a really, really fantastic breakfast. Whilst having that breakfast, another lady came along who my friend happened to know. I briefly met maybe once a few years back. But anyway, the reason why I say that is because she sat down, she started talking about that she'd been to the doctors and the doctor had said that she had high blood pressure and what was she going to do to try and address that, and she had 3 months to address it before going back, and she started opening up the discussion around, oh, I've heard that a vegan diet, and she was a bit confused about more or less what that word meant. A vegan diet can, and I stress the word can help to lower blood pressure. Now, I'm not somebody who hears the word and then suddenly jumps on it and says, good, I'm glad you said vegan, let me tell you all about it, let me kind of ram it down your throat. What I did though, I took it as an opportunity to kind of gently reinforce that I've also read and heard that taking meat out of your diet can reduce blood pressure. Now, on top of that, she started talking about other foods that she could bring into her diet and foods she could perhaps remove from her diet, is just even for the next 3 months, to see what kind of impact it has. And I stressed the same thing to her and said, like all of these things, you can just trial it. Nothing to say you have to stick to it for the rest of your life unless you want to. I found that when I made the change to a vegan diet, specifically diet first before lifestyle, I noticed a huge difference in myself, and it's because of that I continue to remain on the diet, because I know the effect it has on me personally. And until you have experienced that yourself, sometimes it's hard to see another possibility, another option. Anyway, that was yesterday. I got back really late last night. It was supposed to be like a 2-hour catch up. In the end, didn't get back till about 8:30 at night. So it was a real long day. Fantastic, great food, great conversation. Anyway, I digress. So today, the plan was to do, and I say was, to do some kind of interval work, 4x1k, light recovery jog in between warm-up, cool-down. At the moment, the weather is looking really tragic out there. It's really pouring down. Where I want to go to do it is back up to the local field that I have, because it's actually a really good space to do the 4x1k, and I'd hoped as well, when we had a bit of rain overnight, it'll be a little bit soft on the ground. It will definitely be softer now on the ground, but at the moment it's just far too miserable to get out there. So that might happen later on. What I have to also bear in mind is that by doing the painting I've been doing for the last couple of days, it's involved a lot of being on my knees, being on step ladder, up and down, painting the ceiling. All of those things have meant that generally my body is more sore than it would be normally. Arms, neck, back, all of that kind of stuff. So the reason why I say today was going to be the interval is because it's highly likely that I will shift that until tomorrow. Take a kind of more of a rest, more of a relaxed day today. I've got quite a lot of DIY stuff to get done. The carpet is being laid tomorrow, so today is kind of the last day to get everything in order. And I really want to be effective on a longer run this weekend. I'm, like I say, approaching this training plan in a serious way, but at the same time I have to be respectful to my body and know that if it's not suitable for me to go out and do a particular run on a particular day, then I need to give myself the rest day. I'm still in recovery, and I'm still very conscious that putting huge amounts of pressure on my leg and my knee specifically at this stage is just going to hinder that process. I'm not really going to achieve anything by doing that other than just kind of damaging myself further. So it's not to say that I won't run today, but it's highly likely with all the other things I've got going on that I will kind of shift and switch around my plans so that I can get a better run in the next couple of days instead. A couple of shout outs, some really supportive channels out there. Plant-Based Runner, really supportive. Thank you very much for your shout out and your video. And John's Conscious Life, always somebody who is commenting and taking the time to watch your videos, and I truly do appreciate that. And welcome to the new subscribers that have joined the channel. As I've said in my previous videos, if you've not caught them, I try and bring as much value as I can to the viewers. Initially I started this channel simply for me to document my journey, and as the channel is starting to grow and I try and post videos if I can every day, and so far I've been pretty successful with that, as well as giving me something to watch. I want to provide something for the viewers as well. So today is one of those days where who knows exactly what's going to happen moving forward. At the moment it is 9 o'clock in the morning, so there's a lot of the day ahead, but I just wanted to give you an update about what happened yesterday, where I'm at now, what my plan is for the next couple of days, and we shall see how we get on. Well, I did do some running, and it was mainly to get out of this rain because it's really coming down now, really coming down. Yeah, sort of got caught off guard by the weather. It's pretty wet. Today's been a day. A real day of it. Haven't been out for a run, so whilst this was kind of my, I suppose, elected rest day, it was anything but a rest day. I've been taking stuff down, just getting this room prepared, which means basically completely clearing this room and putting it, and all the contents, putting it just somewhere else. And, you know, you take certain things down, you realise that you need to kind of fill the wall behind it because there was a crack you hadn't realised it was there because you'd never taken down the coat hooks before since you moved in, and all this kind of drama. So we're there. I'm kind of living in a bit of a pit of mess and misery at the moment, because you know what it's like when you kind of try to find room for a whole room's worth of stuff when there was never room before. So, you know, aside from my bed, the rest of this home has turned into a bit like a Ninja Warrior course. To get from one room to the other, I'm kind of jumping and swinging and, you know, trying to manoeuvre around all sorts of things. Anyway, it's a moment in time, and fingers crossed, 24 hours time, it will all be done, back to normal, back to life as I know it. But at the moment, I'm just kind of trying to get these last few bits done whilst I've still got the light. And yeah, just giving my leg a little bit of time. For some reason, I've still got these little twinges. They're coming back, and like I said, I'm not really helping myself because I'm having to move up and down step ladders and kind of shifting big boxes and doing all sorts of lifting and things I wouldn't normally do, and I can't do it by myself as well, so it doesn't really help. But anyway, it is what it is. You know, life is something I need to tick off occasionally as a priority rather than running, and today's one of those days. But it means tomorrow, once I've had the contractors in, get this carpet down, it should leave me with the evening to head out there and do something. But yeah, just thought I'd round up this video with this message of exhaustion.